To the guy who's eating his bologna sandwich out there beside the machine that he operates. People have wondered, why has my campaign done what it's done and without a whole lot of money gotten where it's gotten? And some people say, oh, it's the evangelical vote. Well, I hope that they'll be with me. But one thing I know about evangelicals, particularly my brand, Baptist, only thing you can count on them to be is divided. Where two or more Baptists are gathered together, there's at least 7 different opinions. When people say, are all the Baptists behind you? I say, well, all the Baptists are active in my campaign, half active for me, half active against me, but that's about all I can say about it. I believe the reason that we've touched a nerve is because I'm talking about those policies that don't penalize people at the top, but they also give hope and dream to the people at the bottom, the people from whom I came, and the people for whom I feel I must be the voice. And it is not my intention to be somehow against people making a profit. I want them to make a lot of it. Capital is not finite. There's not only a certain amount and a limited amount, and once it's all divvied up, there is no more. That's the great thing about our economic system. There's room for growth always, and room for capacity. But the reason that I'm the first Republican in the 119 years to get the endorsement of the Machinist and Aerospace Workers Union, something I'm proud of. 10 minutes before I walked into this room today, I just got a phone call that I've received today, the endorsement of the International Painters Union, something that's never happened in over 100 years in that union, to have an endorsement for a Republican. Now that's going to scare some of the Republican brethren, but it shouldn't. It ought to make them excited that finally our party recognizes that we are one America, not two, but one. We are a United States. And we must remain that way, fighting so that the person who owns the company or the person who's helping to make the products of that company prosper together, because anything less than that, and we can't be the great nation we were. Man was in a little place once, in a tavern late at night, lost track of the time, looked at his watch and knew, boy, if I don't get home, my wife's going to clobber me. So he jumped up and took out and went the shortcut that he knew, and the shortcut happened to be through a cemetery. It was dark that night, and that poor guy did not see the freshly dug grave right in front of him in his path. And the guy tumbled right over and fell down in the grave. He clawed and climbed, and he was doing everything he could to get out of the grave. He just couldn't do it. He decided he would just wait till morning, so he crawled over in the corner of the grave and went to sleep. A few minutes later, in that same little tavern, another guy, looking at his watch, realized he was in trouble. He better get home. He jumped up, he took the same shortcut through the cemetery, and like the guy before him, he did not see that freshly dug grave in the darkness of the night. Like that guy before him, he tumbled right over in the grave. And like the guy before him, he clawed, he climbed, he was doing everything he could to get out of the grave. He couldn't either. He was ready to just give up and sit down in the corner and wait till morning, when suddenly, out of the darkness, a hand reached forth and grabbed him by the shoulder. And a deep voice said, "Hey man, you can't get out of here." But he did. And when I hear people say that we can't restore the greatness of this country, and we can't become energy independent, and we can't transform our tax system, and we can't give opportunity to every American, I say it just depends on who's with you down in that grave. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the United States of America. We can do anything. We ought to do it. Thank you very much.